It's an extra $5,000 a month.
There you go. So basically, it could double your pay as a gold. That's not shabby. Okay. And all that is just for doing it first. Like, it's not stuff that you shouldn't be doing anyway. Like, these are all things. Every one of these things are things that you have to do to go to the next rank. So, all right. Do you guys want to see, because I have it pulled up, do you want to see the points thingy of how to do the points? Or do you feel like, hey, I can just go look at that myself? Or do you want me to kind of go over that real quick? Want to go over it? Okay. Please continue my session. Thank you very much. Okay. So basically it tells you in a nutshell that you have to, it's personal achievements and getting those enrollments to be on LRP, to personally rank advance yourself, have your personal enrollments rank advance, help other people reach their 250 power of 3. P.S. If you have people with a 250 power of 3, you have your 1,500 power of 3. So that raises your pay up to $1,500. Okay. If you already have your 1,500, getting more people their 250 just means that you will never fall out of your rank. How do I know this? Oh, trust me. I have people that have really made it at their mission in life to try to knock me out of my rank, and they can't because they have too many levels of people getting their power of 3. Like 4 and 5 levels of 250 powers of 3. People don't stop ordering when they get their 250. Okay. Also the empowerment bonus. So that means if you get people to Premier or Silver for the first time and they're your enrollment, but guess what else that causes? What happens when you get people to Premier? You become a Gold. And what happens when you get people to Silver? You become a Platinum or a Diamond, right? So it just makes sense. Like, these are all things that are going to make you rank advance. So your money's going to go up regardless. Even if you were the 201st person, which happened to one of my friends, they were the number 26 and they missed being a founder by one person. Even if that happens, they're making a crap ton of money. So it's okay. But I think like this is wide open. And some of you guys are just really good at achieving things. That's just in your blood. So if you know a plan, I think you can do it. Okay. So again, a personal achievement that you can make is enroll somebody. So you get a point when you enroll them, you get a point when they do their LRP the second month, and you get a point when they do their LRP the next month. Okay, so that's 3 points. So I said 3 months, I think it's 2 actually, if I'm reading that right? So it's enrollment, LRP, LRP. Okay, then if you rank advance. So here's where some people were like, yeah, but it's not fair because like it's harder to rank advance from like Silver to Gold or from Gold to Platinum or Platinum to Diamond, or in my case from Blue to Presidential, than it is to go from Elite to Premier to Silver, right? Those are like, you kind of can do those quickly if you want. But here's the thing is that if it's harder for you to rank advance, focus on helping other people rank advance. Okay, so Roxanne, an example in your case would be, let's say that you don't have anybody really building on your first or second level. You could go break a personally enrolled. I know you have a bunch of freaking personal enrollments, like a zillion of them. So you can go break a crap ton of elites. You see that? The other thing is you can break those elites to Premier, and you can keep the enrollership of them for a hot minute so that you get credit for them going Premier. And then if you decide you want to gift them to somebody, you could. But first, you get all the points you can off of your enrollments. So what I'm trying to tell you is you need to have a personal enrollments because then you can do all kinds of games like that. Roxanne can play lots of games. She's got a lot of enrollments. So she can go down in her, 5th level and get somebody to Elite, or break an Elite to a Premier and hold on to them until they pay commissions. Then she can gift them, and the next month she can rank advance and get the rank advancement points. So she waits till they get their rank advancement points, because here's the beautiful thing. I want you to hear this. This is important. If you were the enroller the month they hit their rank and then you gift them, you still get the points the next 2 times they hit. As long as you were the original enroller, but you have to hold the enrollment until commissions are paid, which is around the 15th. Then you can gift them. Then the next month, they can be somebody else's enrollment so they can rank advance, but you still get the points for Founders Club. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is if you rank advance. Now, the other thing is that if you, I know there's some of you guys that hit your rank, but then you haven't hit it in a while, or you have people on your team that like used to be a Premier, but they've fallen back. If you get them back to their rank, you can get half the points. Okay. So it's not worth the full, 20 points or whatever. If they used to be an Elite and they're no longer an Elite, you can get half the points. Okay. Now you don't have to hit it consecutively either, 3 months in a row. Let's see, I think there's an example here. So you reach silver in August, but were unable to reach it until June. Instead of the full, you get 15 points. Okay, that's what I just said. If you hit elite in June and July, but you hit premier in August, you'll receive points for elite and premier. Do you see that? I don't know if I quite mentioned that. It's all the ranks you hit. That's why that chick went from 0 to diamond and she got all the points. So especially like if she hits for the next couple of months, she's golden. Okay. Okay. So that's that. This is another important piece of information right here. Okay. Yeah. This is how many points happen when your personally enrolled person get rank advances. Okay. And then here's the other one is this is what happens when a personally enrolled person gets their power of 3 250 for the first time. That's how many points you get the first time they hit it, the second time, the third time. So you can get 9 points off of each enrollment. So basically you can go through your back office and pull up a list of your enrollees and see who on here has never hit elite. Those are all potentials for you to get elite. Who on here has never gotten their empowerment bonus? Well, if they've only gotten to elite and never premier. So you're looking for people who haven't hit premier yet. So that means you can make premier rank advancements off them. You can also make empowerment bonus and advancement points. And what's the other one? Of course, they get empowerment bonus again. I think it only counts the first time they get it. So maybe just at premier, not premier and silver. But basically you can look at potential points. So you can take each person on your list and say, how many potential points is this person worth? Do you see what I'm saying? So like Sally Jones, power of 3, 9, elite, this many. Do you see what I'm saying? So you see how many potential points, and that's how you plan out your strategy. Okay. There are some minimum and maximum point requirements that you should know about. So don't be thinking that you can just enroll everybody yourself and win. You can't. You can only get 300 points maximum. Wait, no, it's 300. You have to have 300 points minimum off of enrollments. And I believe that they calculated it and told me it was like 17 people, 17 enrollments who then did their 2 LRPs. Okay. But there's a maximum. Where the heck is that? Where's enrollments? Personal enrollment plus LRP. That's the 300. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at the wrong thing. So it's 50. Yeah. So 17 times 3 is 50. That's why. So 17 enrollments minimum that do their LRPs and 300 maximum. So I don't know how many people that is. I guess that's 5 times as many. Wait, 6 times as many. So whatever 6 times 17 is, that's the maximum people that you can enroll and get points for. Okay. So that's still quite a few enrollments. But the point is that you still, in order to get to 1,000, you still have to have rank advancements. You have to have powers of 3. You have to have empowerment bonuses. Okay. So do you see how you can be brand new and get all this stuff, but you can also be a person that has been in here forever. And if you start getting all these people, their empowerment bonus, their rank advancement, their power of 3, you're going to rank advance. Does that make sense? So the only thing is that it is a race. So it's not like you have the rest of your life to get to 1,000 points. You have to get there before the other 199 people that are racing you. Okay. Any questions on this? I guess the only other thing to mention is you have to maintain at least gold for from 2021 to 2023, and then you have to rank advance to platinum in the next 2 years, 10 out of 12 months to stay a founder. You can drop out as a founder. There were 25 before, there's only 22 now. So 3 of them literally, like, that's mind blowing to me that they gave up $300,000 a year. But they dropped out. So this isn't like a one-hit wonder and then you can just slack off. Like, you do have to continue to build your doTERRA business. And they'll probably change that too. They'll probably tell you after 2025 you have to go diamond. That's what they did to these people. They kept moving it. So like, you had to hit gold and stay there for a bit. Then they're gonna require you to go diamond at some point, because they want founders that are building the company as an example to the others. Okay, questions? All right, so why don't we look at Kim, we're in your, this is your back office. So why don't we look at you and see what we can find as a way to strategize. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this on my computer. I always use my phone for everything. Remember, we're going to use the old back office, I hope. Please tell me that you're allowed to do that on yours. Crap. I don't see the button. Oh, there it is.
28.
Thank God. I hate the new one. Someday I'm going to probably have to figure it out, but okay. So if we go to your team tab, so your director's your highest rank, is that right? Kim?
Yes.
Okay. So Kim, you have to go elite. That is your first goal. So going elite is your number one first goal because that's going to get you your first set of points. If somebody wants to crunch some numbers while I'm doing this, you can actually keep a tab if you have maybe you have a way to open up the points thing. While we're looking at this, it would be awesome if somebody could tabulate. So if she hit elite 3 times, how many points is that for her? Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to identify people that are your personal enrollees. So we did a little bit of this last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, when we did the Silver Club, whatever this is called, mentoring. But for those of you that don't know, if you go in your back office and you change it to, well, you can do this a couple different ways, but basically I never do entire organization because that brings up your retail customers, which is completely useless. So I change it to wellness advocates and wholesale customers is the first thing I do. And then the other thing is that it's got the enroller ID. So you can sort this by enroller ID. But first, let me update this list to get rid of the retail. I don't know if she has any. Yeah, she's got a couple retail customers. Let's just get them off here. All right. So if you sort by enroller ID, that makes it a lot easier. Now, I can look at this and tell you that she's enrolled pretty much her whole organization. So what that tells me is, number one, she has no problem enrolling, right? So she can definitely enroll her 17 people. That's not going to be a problem for her. The other thing it tells me is that there's a whole bunch of people that she can help them get their 250 power 3. There's a whole bunch of people that she can help go elite. If she has 3 of these people and they're in 3 different legs, so anybody who's underneath Glenn Ryder or Amy Moore or Celeste or Donna, or I'm not looking at any of their numbers. I'm just looking at their names. Anybody who's on level 1, them or anybody under them, as long as they're her enrollment, she can break any of those people to elite and she will get points for them. Now, if you're smart, Kim, what you will do is you'll go as deep as possible. It looks like you're only as deep as your second level, but you could go on level 2 and break a level 2 person to elite, which makes the person above them elite. And if they're both your enrollments, you get a double boom, boom. You get a 2-for-1 special. So that's what I would do, is I would go underneath. So let me see if I can find an example of somebody who
She already has one. She has a new enrollment, and we're going to put her under Glenn Ryder.
Okay.
We've already, and that new enrollment is enrolling 3.
Okay, so that's a perfect.
Today,
and is that your enrollment, Kim?
Yes.
Yeah. So if that's your enrollment, that's the perfect example. Are the 3 under them going to be yours, or is that theirs? Theirs. Okay. So the cool thing is that's just going to make it easier for them to get points, which still gets you points. But what you can do is you can go start helping to get your level 2 people to elite, which will make Glenn elite as well. And Glenn's your enrollment too. Okay. So then if you help Glenn get his 250 power of 3 bonus, then that gets you points for the 250 power of 3 bonus. And guess what happens when you get a person with their 250 power of 3 bonus? It solidifies that leg as an elite. You need 3 legs to be elite to be a silver. So if you go silver, you're going to get 3 months of elite points, 3 months of premier points, and 3 months of silver points. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of rank advancement points. I think it's like, what, 20, 25, 30 for those 3 ranks, and it's times 3 each. So I don't know if somebody's tabulating that, but that's what would happen if you did that. So what I would do is I would find your most alive people. It looks like you've got Amy Moore has got some stuff going on under her. So that would be another person, and you're the enroller of Amy. So you can help Amy go elite. You can help Amy get her 250 power of 3 bonus. And if you then want to go past silver, which you're most likely going to need to do, if you go gold, then you're going to get empowerment bonus, because when somebody hits a premier rank, they get the empowerment bonus if they enroll someone. So if Amy goes Premier and enrolls somebody, that gets you the Premier bonus points off of her, off of whoever else, whoever's under Glenn that's enrolling people. Those would all be good candidates to work with. So do you see, like, if you keep enrolling the way you do, the number one thing it looks to me like you need to work on is your customer retention. So
Right.
getting people to order again. And I'm telling you that the Targeted Wellness Delivered is going to help you with that. So what I plan to do is each person that I enroll this month, when I do their, when I actually enroll them, I'm going to ask them. So let's say I just enrolled somebody with in the pain study. So I enrolled them with the Daily Habits Kit. So I'm going to ask, when I go over their enrollment stuff in the morning, I'm going to ask them, would you like to go ahead and sign up for a 90-day pain program where we kind of like add some things on after your first month? So I'm going to go ahead and get them to enroll into the LRP right away. That's what I'm going to do. That's my strategy, is try to get people, especially, I think the study makes it really easy if you're doing the studies, because you've got anxiety people, pain people already. So those two would be like perfect to try to transition them into a 90-day program. So, okay, so let's get you like some general health stuff right now in your kit. And then let's focus on your pain thing. Let's see if we can really get your pain down in the next 90 days. So we'll put you on that program. If you start out and you don't like it, you can always cancel it. Okay. So like that's going to help with customer retention. Getting them to come with you to the Deanna's Got Deals. You better believe we're going to be covering Targeted Wellness Delivered on Deanna's Got Deals, right? Like we're going to be showing them how to sign up for that on that video. So the majority of people that come to that will do their LRP. So that's one way to get your, I'm talking like 95%. If they come to that video, they do an LRP the next month, and most of them stay on LRP. So doing that, getting them enrolled in the Targeted Wellness program, and then asking them for a referral to the next study, because if their person enrolls, then they're going to be incentivized to continue ordering, right? That's kind of how it works. So you can then upgrade them and you'll have more people to build the Power of 3 with. So just, we've been talking about this the last few weeks. If you, let's say that the person, let's say you enrolled, I don't know if you enrolled this person that we're talking about on level 2 under Glenn. I don't know if you enrolled them from a study, but let's say that you ask them, is there somebody that maybe would like to be in a study and try some products that they could refer? Well, they've just, if they've, especially if they're doing the business, I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer. That's a real easy way to ease them into the business. But if you enroll somebody that's a wholesale customer, you can still get them to refer a couple people to the next study. And then when those people enroll, you can go back and say, hey, do you want a free gift or do you want to upgrade? And then put that person underneath of you. And that's how you're going to build to your 250 Power of 3 underneath your frontline people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that you could do, now I'll be honest with you, I would not spend a ton of time on this, but if you go to the last order date and you kind of sort by the last order date column by clicking on it, I don't know why it's not working. There it goes. If you look and see people who have their last order date was, within the last 6 months. So what month are we in right now, Deanna? So we're in September. So let's just say, what would 6 months ago be? So March. Okay. So if you had anybody that has, I don't know if you have anybody back that far.
No.
Okay. So that's okay. But the point is that you can go back to some of these people that haven't ordered in a few months and say, hey, did you know that doTERRA has a targeted wellness program that they just came up with? And I know that, you haven't ordered in a while. And I wondered if that could be that maybe you just weren't seeing the results you were looking for. Would you be interested in focusing on one area of your health for yourself or somebody in your home to focus on for 90 days? And let's try this and see. We can put you in a challenge where you'll learn how to use the products. So that's one way you could reach out. I would only spend maybe 15 or 20% of my time talking to people who haven't ordered in a while, because for some of you guys, like Verita, if you did that, that would be like a full-time freaking job, and it would be very, very low return on investment. She's got people on her team, like hundreds of them, that haven't ordered for years. I don't even go, if it's been longer than, 6 months, I usually don't really try it. I have a lot of statistics to show that that's largely unsuccessful. So, but if she's got a lot of people that are just in the last few months, those would be worth going back to and having that conversation. And then you could also say, by the way, do you know anybody that's struggling with pain or anxiety or whatever, that might want to try some free products and get some free education on oils. We're doing a study. You can ask for referrals in the same conversation. Okay. So that's kind of the strategy on somebody who has a smaller team and doesn't have a whole lot of people to work with. But I'll tell you what, like, you're obviously a strong enroller. So you certainly, there's every reason to believe, I believe you've been our organization's top enroller a couple of times. So you can absolutely do that. So I would say continue to focus on enrolling, but make sure that you are upping your skills. So somebody who has some experience, where can Kim go to learn some skills on what to do with people after they enroll? Like, where can we learn some skills on that for free? Who knows?
Deanna's got deals.
Well, yes, absolutely. That's a given. That's been working for like 10 years. So we know that works. But also like
Back
just
to
learning,
basics material.
what was it?
The back to basics material.
Thank you. That's the answer I was looking for. She probably knew that. She was reading my mind. Yes. So listening to the daily mentor calls and really focusing on the ones, like, I hope that you've all been through the daily mentor calls from like call number 1 anyway. But if you're struggling in an area, whatever it is, like if you can get people to try samples, but you can't get people to come to a class, then listen to the calls on how to invite. If you're enrolling people, but they don't order again, figure out what's going on there. Like, find the call that's going to teach you the skills that you're missing. But I have found that the people like Kayla's a perfect example. She won one of the top spots in Diamond Club. And she'll tell you that one of the ways that she was able to accomplish that was she was able to mobilize people in her team, even people who aren't necessarily doing the business. She was able to get them to give her referrals. Am I right, Kayla?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. And so you don't have to have builders. And I'll be honest with you, that's music to my ears, personally, because, you know, the people who are already sitting at their rank, just kind of languishing at their rank for 5 years and haven't moved, like, they're probably not going to be my people that are like, yes, let me go platinum now that I've been sitting at gold for 500 years. And so it's the people who I'm going to have to go down underneath of them and either break personally enrolled elites. Do you see? So I can go on my level 4. So those of you who are golds, you'll understand this. So if you're a gold, Kayla, Sheena, if you guys are golds and you don't really have anybody in your level 1, 2, or 3 that's like doing anything, go enroll a builder on level 4, keep the enrollment, break them to all the ranks. Then you can decide if Jesus wants you to give them to somebody above there to rank advance, or if that's going to be your horse that you're running with. Roxanne, same thing with you. You might have to go deeper. And sure, in the long term, you're going to give up some unilevel. But I mean, I work with you, right? What are you on, my like 317th level or something? So, I mean, it's okay, because it's all about the points. It doesn't matter how deep you have to go to find the person, especially if you're in Roxanne's situation. I'm telling you, Roxanne, you have like a gold mine. Sheena has a gold mine because you guys have enrolled the majority of your people. So if you've still held the enrollment of them, you can go down as deep as you can, find the deepest person that will show any sign of life, give you one referral for a study or whatever, and then you can break them to elite. It'll make the next 4 people above them elite, which will solidify your languishing executive legs that are under your premiers that are causing you to like not hit gold each month without some sort of miracle. Does that make sense? And honestly, that strategy is what's going to get you to blue diamond as well. I do the exact same thing right now that I'm telling you guys that need to go golds, because I have the same problems that you have. I have the same thing. Executives and premiers are not solid ranks because they're built without elites. So the more elites with their 250 power of 3 bonus you can build, the more points you get and the more solid your leg's going to be. Okay. Does that make sense? Do you guys want to see, do you guys want me to pull up an organization that's like massive so we can see this, or do you kind of have the gist of this? Because I'm going to do it with you anyway, Roxanne, like personally, Sheena with you personally, whoever else I said this to, Meredith, that are my personal enrollments. But like, if I were you guys, Kayla, Sheena, if you have anybody on your team, like Sheena, you have Kim, Kayla, I think you got some people on here. I know Karen does. So what you would want to do is go through this and break this down for them and actually make an actual plan though. I'm doing theoretical, like go through and say, listen, if you get, if you enroll this many people and you build the power of 3 under this person, this is how many points that's worth. Get them their empowerment bonus. It's worth this, like make a strategy so that they can check things off the list. Like, okay, boom, I got these points. I got these points. I got my LRP this month for my enrollments last month. You're going to have to keep a record. Now, doTERRA does give you a sheet that you can keep the record on. I don't want to say that I don't trust their tally thingy, but I personally prefer to, just like with Diamond Club and Silver Club, I personally prefer to keep my own like whiteboard and then check my work against what they have, because I question their numbers sometimes. You guys know that. If you did Diamond Club, you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that's correct. So when it comes down to it, I'll tell you, if you are not one of the first, 150 people to hit this, you're going to be fighting for every single point. So I would just get in the habit from right now, figure out how many points you have, call your account manager and ask them, how many points do I have? Can you give me a breakdown of where my points are coming from? Get that from them and tell them, I really want to come up with a strategy. So will you give me my numbers? And then you can fill that in and catch it all up. So you have a current up-to-date plan. Those of you who are just new, Rita, I mean, you're just like, dude, I just got my first enrollment. That's perfect. You don't have to worry too much. Although you do have a bunch of enrollments that you inherited when you got your spot. So you do want to take those into consideration as well. Like getting somebody like Asha to Elite, that's all you. That's going to be all your points, I believe. I believe she's your enrollment. Unless maybe she's mine. We can talk about that. But the point is that it's actually easier for you to figure out your points if you're somebody like Tammy or Paula that has a smaller organization, because you don't have as much crap to look through. Does anybody feel like they are at a loss, like especially if you have more than 50 people in your organization? Does anybody feel like they're at a loss on how to find what you need in your back office? I mean, we've kind of gone over that the last few weeks anyway, but is there something specific you need help finding? I'll be honest, like off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you if there's an easy way. Tasha, maybe you know this, or somebody else may know this. John probably knows this. I didn't bring him in on this. If there's a way to tell if somebody's ever gotten their 250 before. Without just like asking your account manager. I don't know if there's a way to figure that out on here. I'm not sure about that. If anybody has any brilliant ideas on that. Empowerment bonuses would be easier. Like I have a gold on my team who's never enrolled anybody as a gold or as a silver. So they could still get their empowerment bonus, because empowerment bonuses go to premiers, silvers, and golds. They've never gotten it. So I think it goes back to May if they haven't gotten it since, I don't know. Let me find that out. Does anybody know if it's like, have they ever gotten it, or is it start officially May, from May 2020? That's a good question. I'm gonna write that down so I can get clarity on that. Ever or since May. But a bunch of you guys probably have that on your teams. If you've gifted things to people for them to rank advance, you probably have people that you could get some easy points just telling them to go freaking enroll one person, for heaven's sake. Because then you could get the they could get the empowerment bonus. I mean, it's $200. I'm not saying that they should go make up an enrollment or anything, but for the love of Jesus, if they enroll somebody with 100 PV and they make $200, I'm not going to tell you that there's some serious math that tells you why that you're an idiot for not doing that. But like, sorry, was that too harsh? I meant like, you just haven't thought it through. But if you can like, so who was it the other day? Tammy, was it you that like enrolled your parents the other day because they just needed some stuff?
Yes.
So, I mean, that's a perfect example. We all have that, right? You have this person that's like, you're not sure that they're ever going to do much or even order again, but like you want to get them some stuff that they need. Even if you're buying it, for heaven's sake, put it in as an enrollment, a personal enrollment, that counts as a, as one of your 100 PV enrollments for if you're a premier, silver, or gold for empowerment. Okay, so think outside the box a little bit. You're going to have to because you're competing with some ruthless individuals to get this. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? Comments?
Nope.
All right. Is anybody like excited about this idea? Seriously.
Smart idea. I can't wait to look at my downline and see, like, I have so many people who they could be elite.
Yeah, that's really what we all could be focusing on is honestly, and it's funny because that's like what I've always taught anyway, is if you can build elites and get them their 250 power of 3 bonus, it's just going to make your organization solid. It will not hurt you. I've never once been like, crap, I wish I hadn't broke so many elites down low in my organization. I've never regretted it. The only thing I've regretted is that I gave up way too many of those to other people, but you don't have to do that, especially like if you have a bunch of people to pick from. You know what I mean? Like you can hold on to like 7 of them and then give one away, probably the one that's least likely to do anything. You can give it away just so they can qualify at their rank, and then you still have all these other people that you can keep and work with for the future. So I just don't think that anybody on here is at a greater advantage than anyone else, because everybody here has the potential to enroll 17 people, help those people do LRPs, help those people go elite, or other people that you've enrolled in the past go elite, get their 250 power 3 bonus, and then rinse and repeat, basically. Kayla, I imagine you have quite a few points, right? Because you did rank advance during this period. Have you talked to your...
No, but I just made a note to talk to my account manager.
Yeah. I think I would get some real numbers on that. If I had to guess, I'd say you have the most points in our organization. Sheena, I know you're on the list of people that has points for Founders Club. Farida, you have points for Founders Club, and you're probably like, what the heck? But yeah, you have points for Founders Club. Roxanne, you have points for Founders Club. I know that. I have a list somewhere. I don't know if Tasha can like magically pull that up really quick, but a bunch of you guys have Founders Club points, and you have downline that have Founders Club points. Kayla, I know you do. I'm trying to remember who else I can think of that has downline that has points. I know Kayla for sure. So I would definitely get with if you don't know, get with your account manager and get that information, because wouldn't it be cool if like a whole bunch of our organization all became US founders? I feel like we would have a lot more influence over things that bug us, like not having a class in a box until like 17 months after convention every year, stuff like that, you know, just small things. People might take us more seriously about what was the one that Kayla got pissed off at the other day. She was like, oh, like people that order first should probably get their orders first.
People who actually had convention
People
tickets?
that had convention tickets should get their convention kits before like random randos. Yeah. So, but I mean, if stuff like that bothers you, then the way to get the ear of the owners is to go blue and presidential and or become a US founder.
I got my swag box last week.
Well, good. Good for you. I still think we have some people that don't have their swag boxes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, are you kidding me now?
Nope. There's definitely one very vocal person that's pretty PO'd. So, all right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll let you go. But if you're my personal enrollee, or you were personally enrolled by somebody who is literally AWOL, throwing that out there. If you have an AWOL enroller, then contact me if you are totally serious and you need a personal strategy session. But if you're silver and above, I would reach out to your AM first, get a clear picture of what you're working with, what your points are, and then we can set up a strategy session if need be. Okay? Cool beans?
Thank you very much.
So wrap up the month, a bunch of you guys got study participants. Let's get them enrolled because they can count as LRPs. We want them to enroll in September because that means we get points for September and then points for their October LRP. What's their LRP going to have in it? Targeted Wellness Delivered. We're going to get them in the 30-day challenge, which will then extend to a 60-day challenge. So people can be in the 30-day challenge, but be in their second or third month. We're going to keep it running for 90 days, and we may just keep it running constantly. It might just be like a perpetuating thing because at any point you could be on your month 1, 2, or 3. We'll see how it goes, But that's basically my strategy, is to help you guys get LRPs by focusing on that program. I think it's a genius. Like, I'm over the moon excited about it, actually. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Kim, for letting us see in your underwear drawer. It's kind of what it feels like when you're like just pulling up somebody's back office. I mean, I appreciate it. I know it's a little bit like, do I really want to do that? So I appreciate you, seriously, doing that. And I will reach out, those of you that I don't have an appointment with that I already talked to, I'll reach out to you to schedule something soon, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. See ya.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.